And welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario 3D World. Last time we made it to World 5, had some interesting experiences at Sunshine Seaside as we tried to get the stamp, which is in a really cryptic part of the level that I didn't actually remember. But this time we are kicking off our official first video in World 5, technically in 5-2. Tricky Trapeze Theater, and we'll be spending most of this video in World 5, so that's why I say that. This level's interesting. I'm glad it ended up being Peach, who ended up being the character for this one, thankfully. Because this is a very platform-heavy level. So we got 4-player trapezes, which are interesting in it themselves. I don't know how much coordination is really needed for them, actually. Because I've never done this with 4 people, so I don't know if you have to actually coordinate it. So, right here we got a first green star. Can't climb up that, unfortunately. But yes, this is way easier with Peach than any other character, because she can float. Most official runs, I'm pretty sure, use Peach. Which is actually weird, because, you know, Peach is technically the slowest character, but just her floating leads to some pretty good exploits and just general movement options that aren't available to the other characters. So Peach is arguably considered to be the best character, ironically. And which is weird because she's only playable in this one game and like Super Mario Bros. 2 for main series Mario. She doesn't do so well with slow sections, unfortunately, but oh well, can't win them all. Actually, the boomerang would probably not be a bad power-up for this. But we managed nonetheless. And back to the level proper. If I'm not mistaken, you are able to get a star somewhere to get a lot of extra lives. Or Mega Mushroom, that works too. So, we just need to defeat all the enemies. Actually, I should probably be going with the direction of the moving platform rather than against it, but oh well. Notice that we have 60 lives, and that's one of the pros of playing single player, is you don't burn through lives constantly, like you would do in multiplayer. Because actually navigating most of these stages with multiple people, that's when it gets a little bit hectic. The core game itself is pretty simple and straightforward. So I saw Captain Toad up there, I think. Went by kind of fast, so I didn't get a good look at if that was actually Captain Toad or a regular Toad or what. But if we get a chance, we should... actually, I don't know how to get over there. So, oh well. He obviously doesn't have the star for us because we just got the star. So, progressing as normal. Okay, what happened there was I jumped, and the momentum carried me off the platform. So, trying to show off backfired, in other words. Yeah, none of these levels are too long though, so it's not like a huge time loss. So let's try this with the boomerang to see if that makes any easier or harder. That actually will probably make it a lot easier for the last phase. And also this one, actually. If you had 4 boomerangs, this would go pretty quickly, I imagine. Trying to kind of be smart about using the boomerang for this. Also, maybe we'll get a chance to figure out how to get to what looked like a toad standing on one of the upper ledges. Not gonna go for the lives. I don't think you get extra lives for using a Mega Mushroom, now that I say that out loud. So yeah, we're skipping that. But I'm pretty sure I saw something on the ledge. If I can get into the warp pipe. Yeah, Captain Toad is definitely standing there. But I'm not quite sure how to get over to him. Actually, I know how to get over to him, but I don't know if I want to get over to him, because that would necessitate missing out on the green star, which, honestly, is probably more important. He'll probably just give us like an extra life or something, so this time I know not to jump when standing on moving platforms, because this game actually has real physics behind it. Momentum and all that. So I didn't get to top of the flagpole. I was probably supposed to jump a little bit. I don't know actually when I was supposed to jump off the trapeze to the flagpole, because yeah, I'm not quite sure of the timing on that, but we can always go back for it later. And yes, getting the top of the flagpole with at least one character is required. So that's why I am making a point of trying to get the top of the flagpole. I'll go back with another character and take care of that another time. So for now, this is ironically a level where I think we have to use Toad to get everything, and ironically, we're just naturally at Toad. So this level has to be done 100 seconds. I think ground pound to get the first star. Yeah, this level requires Toad, which is rather convenient that we happen to have Toad here. So we're kind of collecting copies, which is kind of a unique mechanic, and a time limit no less. We got Stamp, right there, and hurting the Toads is part of the problem, clearly. So can this platform move back? Maybe not. Oh well. Well, so we obviously had to grab the fourth copy first, but well, I was actually expecting not to make the top flagpole, so that ended up being kind of irrelevant. What I was about to say, I was gonna say we need to go back for this anyway, but we got it first try. So we need to jump back in to get the green star though. Show where the other copy flower is. Got a Toad house, don't really need it at the present time because we have a lot of power-ups. I think we have one. No, we don't. Oh well. So what I've been doing is I just cycle to the next character to clean up levels, because again, there is also an unlock for, and this is crazy, beating every level with every character. And that's where the completion bonus really starts to be not worthwhile anymore, because it unlocks a Miiverse stamp of each character that you can't even use because Miiverse is shut down. Do you think it's worthwhile trying to beat the game 5 times? Spoiler. Not really. It's especially not worth it now. So yeah, a lot of people hated the completion bonus of this game when the game came out, and yeah, they don't like it any better now because it doesn't even do anything. Actually, I don't know if it counts as a spoiler who the 5th playable character is, because it was actually in a trailer before the game came out. Nintendo actually announced who the 5th playable character was, so that's a little bit weird. Nintendo's weird about spoilers, because they sometimes spoil things in trailers, and I never understood why they do that. But the chief example people always use is Pokemon, is that they tend to spoil Pokemon details quite liberally, and it's rather peculiar why they do that. That charge and chuck moved out of the way and broke my combo, so well, also depth perception. Also, Mario feels oddly floaty, now that I'm thinking about it. And I don't know if that's because I just was... Well, the most recent Mario game I played would be Odyssey, so... I don't know if that's influencing my view on this, but Mario does feel floatier to me than a lot of other games. I feel like for 3D Land it worked okay, because it's obviously... a kind of different game in terms of how it's being presented. So having floatier jumps to give better precision isn't a bad idea, it's just kind of... I'm just noticing, it's like, yeah, it feels kind of floaty. A lot of people say games are floaty in a bad way, but I don't usually mind too much, it's just a little bit hard to get used to, and I think it's also because I was just playing a Hat in Time at the time of recording this, so I'm a little bit thrown off by the movement in this game. When you go between 3D platformers, it's a little bit awkward, actually. I actually shouldn't have done that. Actually, I can still make this work, I just need to fall. Believe it or not, falling off a cliff is not a bad idea. Just gotta climb down and hold up. Or do that, that works too. So back into pipe, cannon technically. It says A, but B also works. It's just jump in general. And A and B are both jump. I also wish there was an option to go for like New Super Mario Bros. DS style, where you can switch between B and Y as jump and dash, and A and B as jump and dash. You know, that's a minor thing, it's not a deal breaker, but I do kind of miss that actually, because I grew up with the GameCube gen, so I was always used to A being jump and B being your action. Especially for the Game Boy player. You know, Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Advance 4, I think had A for jump and B for dash, so it's a little bit hard to get used to, not growing up with a SNES controller. Some people say SNES, some people say Super NES, some people say SNES. All sorts of pronunciations. Down here we have a special room with one of the ants and a stamp and coins. 63 total at the moment. Now, to be perfectly honest, I don't know where the last thing is. I actually don't remember where the last green star is for this world. I don't think it's actually, So here we actually want to hit the enemies because we have a star. There it is. Again, something that would be a lot easier with Peach, not Luigi, of all people. It's like you gotta take your time, but you also have to kind of rush. It's a weird, delicate balance. I did not even need to use the cat power to get the flag, so that was cool. I've actually never tried jumping off the cannons. Not that they're cannons per se, but like the things ants were coming out of. Pipes, I guess, would be a better word. So yeah, we have a ways to go, clearly, because there is a lot of stamps left. Very many stamps, and thus we have 2 levels once again. Anyone who sees this level will probably cringe inside a little bit at the thought of doing that with multiple people. And I concur. So back to Peach. We have Bob-ombs now. They explode on contact, which I actually didn't remember. So we can pick up a Bob-omb and chuck it at a wall, and it actually affects the light, which is a really nice detail. But we can also just hit the power block with the Tanuki in order to get the first green star. So yeah, having a Tanuki or cap suit definitely does make this a little bit easier. In general, and also just Peach in general makes this level a lot easier. So I gotta wrap it with a green glow, which as usual means green star, but catching him is the problem, with Peach no less. Yeah, Peach is not well suited for these types of scenarios. Okay, I did not expect that to happen. Part of me really just wants to come back to this one. It's obvious where it is. Okay, we got it, somehow. We basically cut him off. That looks suspicious. And it's just coins. But we got a little secret passageway. Break that with the tail from the other side, and we can kind of see where we're going. But we get the stamp, and can progress as usual. Who needs the pipe? You can actually just run on the top of it. And this is a little special zone. Obviously incorporating the Bob-ombs. If we actually chuck them at something, they do light up a ton of panels all at once. So kind of a neat mechanic. I think this is in 3D Land too, but I can't say for sure. It's actually been a really long time since I played 3D Land. Actually, I think it was just my first playthrough. I don't think I ever went back to it. I kind of hit a point in my life where I don't replay games anymore. I used to play... Oh, this is bad. Depending on if it eats my input. Okay, it did not. I thought it would have counted holding the button as floating, and I would have just not had it float and would have flown off the edge of the map. So that was good that that didn't happen. But what I was saying was, I'm at a point where I don't really replay games hardly at all. The game either has to be really good or really short for me to want to replay it. Which is actually weird because a lot of people consider short as a big insult to a game. I don't really see it that way because honestly, short games are kind of appealing lately. Wow, that worked a lot nicer than I thought it would. Because, you know, Hat in Time is a good example. It's like, I'd say 8 to 15 hours. And I feel like, you know, it's a nice little pick up and play kind of a game. To the point where it's actually kind of nice that it isn't super involved. It isn't super long. It's just kind of a nice casual experience. And for what it's worth, it accomplishes its goal rather well. Oh boy, we have that Spixie house though, before we end off this part. And it's a happy Spixie, it looks like. You know, not every game has to be Skyrim, not every game has to be Breath of the Wild to be good. It's like sometimes little short, quick adventures are actually kind of refreshing. And this game, on the subject, is going by faster than I expected it to. But next time we will hopefully finish off World 5 and begin World 6. So thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Super Mario 3D World.